everyone. Welcome to another episode of TNT Footy. I'm Taz.
I'm Will.
And I'm Todd. How good is it to have footy back, boys?
Oh, it's pretty good.
Mate, fucking amazing.
Fantastic.
Oh, shit, sorry, I swore.
This first round, though, I think there was 2 blowouts. The rest was just like on the edge of your seat sort of stuff.
Oh, mate, it was... I must admit, I wasn't too impressed Thursday night, but... There was some
Has
good
that ever
games over
happened
the
before?
weekend.
First game of the season is draw? I went
Yes.
to look that up, but it has
Yes, it
happened
has.
before?
Yeah,
You've
it
looked
was a
it up
while
as
ago.
soon as it happened, didn't you?
No, they were talking about it on the night.
Oh, were they? Yeah.
They were. How'd you boys find the weekend? Good?
Yeah, it was good.
Love the footy. The tipping was no good. It was very, very close games, but I haven't tipped very well.
Let's not talk about tipping.
Oh yeah, I started all right until we got to the Brisbane Lions game.
I think you're leading us. You're on about 6. Me and Tate
Yeah.
scored 3, I think.
Oh wow.
This is correct.
Yeah, we're bottom and second bottom.
It definitely was not a good round of footy for me.
My brother loved it. Dino got about 6 or 7, I think.
That's
He's
huge.
sitting second. Yeah,
We
I
will
don't know how you
touch
tip
on the tipping at some stage.
later on.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
there's only one more sleep till footy kicks off again.
It
Yes,
does.
we got another Thursday night game. I'll check the first 5 rounds. Thursday night's the first 5 rounds.
I like it.
I love Thursday.
I
night.
love
They should have
Thursday
one
footy.
every week.
Yeah.
Every week.
I
Now, I've
really
got to
like
say
it.
this real quick because I have already ticked one off my list. I told people Sheasel would be rising star round 1, and how dominant was he?
He was awesome.
First game is the 3rd best 4 possessions in the AFL. There's 2 blokes that have finished above him.
I thought you said just then it was the best first 4 possessions, and then I actually meaning number 4.
Yeah. So he's 3rd in all time for first game. So very exciting to be a North supporter at the moment.
He's
I think
around
gonna
some
do
good names
things.
too.
Yes.
Diesel. Can't remember. Keith Greig, I think, was another one.
Yeah, he was from Essendon.
Yeah, massive. And I don't know if you boys noticed, but after receiving some feedback last week, I've decided to cover up the old noggin.
I didn't even pay attention to that.
Neither
He's
did
got
I.
he got the hat. The shine's gone. At least we're all suit now. We're all got hats on.
Yeah, it's true.
This is true.
I
just
need to
haven't
get a
got
North hat though. You guys are rocking the clubs. I'm rocking the Hulk.
a Pies hat, Iggy.
Pardon?
Is that a Pies hat?
No,
Oh,
no.
hello. No,
Yeah.
it's just Taz.
I was going to say, I didn't think it was crap on his head.
I think I got a bone to pick with Turtle because I noticed that you guys are really against Collingwood lately, so I'm blaming him.
Ah, it's Perth's fault, isn't it?
Because the way he's so biased, it turns you off, and it even turns me off him sometimes.
No, I did. I've
Good old Turtle.
changed. I've got him in top 4 now.
G'day, Cody.
That
Welcome, mate.
performance.
Welcome.
Welcome back,
Yeah,
Cody.
yeah, Cody.
Good to see you again for the second week.
No, I got Pies top 4 now.
You do?
Yep.
Yeah.
You've changed it
Instant.
after one
Yeah,
round.
top 4
One
round.
round.
They
One
were
round.
dominant. They were dominant. They're in top 4 now.
Woo, that's
I liked
a
it.
big call.
Yeah, top 4 for the Pies.
All right, should we get stuck into it?
Let's
do it.
go. What are
We
we
don't
up
want to
to?
go as long as we did last week.
No, Jesus.
Bob the Cool, welcome. You made it on time this time.
No, Bob. He's not chasing us this week.
We haven't frozen this week.
Cody's asked how we go with tipping. I got 6, and the boys were just mentioning that I think
We
they
got
three.
3 each. Yeah, we were
Look.
terrible.
At the end of the day, you need someone to hold up the ladder, and at this stage, it's 2 of us.
Yeah, both of us are doing it.
We're going to turn it around, though, mate. What about you,
No,
Cody?
not a chance.
We'll turn it around. Don't you worry about that.
All right, so what's first on the list here, Tazzy?
First, we got winners and losers. 6. That's awesome.
So
That's solid.
do we mention the Carlton Richmond game? Because there was neither, was there?
I was going to mention that last, but we can mention it first. Get it out of
Yeah,
the way.
so
They do say
let's-
get the hard stuff out of the way first. So we had the Tigers and
Well,
Okay.
pretty disappointing for you boys because you had that game on ice.
yeah, we should
That
have
game was wrapped up. Should have won that.
Shoulda
Tigers
won
did
it.
well to.
I must admit, Tigers' pressure. I watched the game, obviously. Tigers' pressure was reminding me of their premiership year pressure.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah, a
noticed
lot of
as
pressure.
well.
Yeah.
And
you go.
And I noticed when Carlton got the ball, they'd slow it right down to try and get them off their momentum.
Yeah.
Which was good.
They just hunted. Tigers did, and our back line, in my opinion, did very well. They had 66 entries into
Yeah.
the defensive 50.
But that's the
So,
Tigers in their premiership season. And just push forward, tap, just move, just pressure.
That's right. Well, honestly, though, any other team in the AFL would have struggled, I feel, against them last Thursday.
You got them. I had it the other way. I thought Carlton let me down.
Oh, I still they let me down. I still think we
Yeah.
should have won that game. But a lot of Carlton supporters that I'm in the Facebook groups for are saying that they were disappointed. They haven't seen improvement and those sort of things. But when you dissect the game right down, in my opinion, there was improvement. What other team is going to, Tigers' pressure? They were talking about it, David King, and that Tigers' pressure was elite for the whole 4 quarters. Usually, you
Yeah.
get like a quarter a game. So
Same with Sydney, though. I think later on, I think they were just as good.
they
Sydney's looking scary. If we're going to move on to
Sydney
that game, they're looking very
made a
scary.
statement. There was no
Hangover.
hangover or non-premiership blues for them.
And
They
normally
dominated.
they're slow starters, Sydney too. So that's what's scary about it. Normally
Well,
they
you
take a
said
few
that.
to get going.
You said that, and I'm bloody tips Suns.
Well, Suns are normally quick starters, so I nothing against Sydney last week. They're a good side, but I just tipped it on habit and form.
Yeah. Look, first couple of rounds are always the hardest in any season.
Yeah.
Any
Right.
season.
So we got
Well-
Pies and Cats. Yeah, as I said, I've got Pies top 4 now. Oh, they really impressed me.
They did well.
Both
Bobby,
Dacos boys there were
Yeah.
just dominant.
I think
Even-
someone went to the game, didn't they?
they did. I went to the game.
you went there?
Last minute decision. I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to go and watch. I'm glad I did. I did sneak out before full time because like the time's getting on. I got to start work at 6 a.m. So
Oh, I had to sneak away.
yeah.
What time do you get home?
Saw about 11 o'clock. Bob the Cool, thanks for the subscription. 32
Hey,
months. Let's
Bobby.
go.
You ripper.
Beautiful.
Sound like such a bogan. You bloody
You
ripper.
beauty.
No.
No, they very good game from them.
Well, my multi went down in the first 2 minutes or something. I think Tom Stewart was out, but luckily Sportsbet refunded it.
Ah,
Let's not
beautiful.
Talk about betting. I had a bad weekend.
No,
didn't
we'll
I?
talk. We'll talk about that afterwards. That comes in the 10K challenge. We all had rough, but
Let's not mention any more on that at the moment.
so then we had North get over West Coast.
Massive. You were happy?
Mate, we had so I'm at my mate's house and he's got a blood pressure monitor. During the game, I was 120. After the game we tested, I was up to 160. I was a fucking heart attack. Nearly had a heart attack in that game.
You would have been losing weight just sitting there.
Yeah, just sweating.
Bob the Cool, thanks for gifting the tier 1 subscription to Cody.
Oh, Bobby.
Oh, beautiful,
Welcome,
Bobby.
Cody. Welcome to the TNT crew.
So we've got North Sheasel, as I said, dominant. That's all that I'm going to say about that because I can go all day about North, but big boy
So what-
Sheasel. I've got a jumper on the way already.
What about Port Adelaide versus Lion? This was our upset for the round.
Oh, this was the one that killed us. And I'm very salty about this because Horn Francis had an absolute blinder.
And you've got him in your super coach.
Oh god, yeah, I was always going to have, but yeah, no, absolute blinder. Leaves North Melbourne and just probably the best performance of the week, I reckon.
Impact on game, I think so, yeah.
He had 11 score involvements.
Yeah, did he kick 3 goals?
Fucking 8 inside 50s.
It's massive.
What was it? 8 or 9 clearances.
It was a big game because they
Big
threw him in
game.
the middle after half time. They had Butters, Rosie, and Horn Francis in the middle, which is their future. They're all young. They're like 24 and under.
So, but we all had Port struggling, but that's a good win over Brisbane. It's a very good win.
Yeah, massive. Brisbane. I thought Brisbane were going to come out and make a statement.
So did
I
I.
really did. I was pretty disappointed in the way they performed.
Well, they've had 36 shots to 17. It's doubled their scoring shots.
That's horrendous. And again, Port's pressure was elite
Elite as well.
for the
Yeah.
second half of the game. It's turning into a very high pressure game. Our sport that we love.
Which is what we want because the footy was absolutely amazing on the weekend. I watched 6 games, I think, and 5 of them were close.
Yeah,
I watched three of them, I think.
I unfortunately missed a bit of footy this weekend.
Too much
But-
golf, mate.
I know, loving it at the moment.
It's the Melbourne Western Bulldogs. So you boys both tipped Western Bulldogs.
So I thought Doggies are going to be better than that. Melbourne
I
had a
did
few
too.
out, but Melbourne's made a statement too, I think.
Yeah,
I think they're here to play this year.
It shows their depth, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're here to play. And
Tomlinson's a big in for them to
Yeah.
step up.
he was massive.
Cody's put Brisbane are done. Don't rate their back line. That's what will cost them. Port, Bob the Cool's put Port was a surprise of the round, in my honest opinion.
Yeah,
You know
I was
what,
saying,
Cody?
but
I agree with you. I did actually watch the Brisbane Melbourne game, and
Brisbane Port game.
Yeah.
Brisbane Port. Sorry, yeah, Brisbane Port game, and Brisbane have no defence. Their forward line's probably one of the best in the league, but
But
and
Cody
their
was
midfield
saying
is
that
one of
last
the best
week.
in the league. But if they've got no defenders, well, how are you going to hold a lead? So
Cody
I
did
100%
say
agree
that
with you now.
last week,
He
and
did.
did warn us off our 10K. But oh well.
He did try. We didn't listen to you,
What
Cody,
do we
and we
got?
should have.
Melbourne Bulldogs. We just done that, didn't we? So Gold Coast, Sydney. We touched on that before. Sydney were just amazing. It was
Yep.
good to see Rao back in some form.
Yes, huge.
Rao was huge in that game. Tug Miller. They were both big without turning the game big though.
Yeah, well,
They were
hard
big
when you've
late afterwards. Yeah.
Disappointed in a couple of the Suns players as well. But
Yep.
I thought Ben King could have got to it a bit more. I know he's had knee surgery. He's just coming back into it, but his practice game, he was massive.
Yeah, he didn't see much in this game.
And he's done a lot. So, but that's just a credit to Sydney's defence.
And one of the other good games of the weekend was GWS Adelaide.
Yeah, that was good.
I watched most of that. That was a blinder game. Toby
GWS
Green.
midfield.
Oh, Tom Green, huge.
Canelio, back to form.
Canelio, yeah, he was good too, wasn't he? Green was good, kicking 4. He kicked 4-4 in the end, or 5-4.
Quick question, and again, I know we don't want to spend too long on this because we've already been going for about 10 minutes, but Green having the sole captaincy and Canelio not having to worry about it, do you think that's going to improve both of their games?
I think it's going to take all the niggle out of his game now. He's going to have to show leadership, so it's going to improve his game, which he needed to get rid of because I love the player, but he was starting to get a reputation and then they just rub him out for anything. And Canelio, I think a lot of weight lifted off his shoulders, I think, because he just worried about hunting the footy on the weekend.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they're both going to have nearly all Australian years after the performance on the weekend.
Now, this game was my surprise of the round, Essendon Hawthorn.
Yeah,
Essendon
mine too.
just turned one on.
I thought the Hawks were going to win, and they got destroyed. And I'm like, well, I'm regretting my pick for Essendon Bombers for Wooden Spoons. I think the Hawks have got it.
No, I think Hawks are.
Well, I tipped Hawks for the Wooden Spoon, but I backed him against Bombers. How does that work?
Very silly. Very silly.
Then we had Saints and Freo.
This is the big upset as well. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's because we've all got Freo tickets on Freo when we shouldn't.
Well, I said they're going to drop out of the 8. So
did I.
Yeah, because Saints had 10 out, I think it was.
Freo just proves what we were talking about last week. They've got no forward line.
Yeah.
They
Yeah, just
really
cancel.
don't.
Because
And
the
Fife's
5.
forward.
Yeah, I was about to say, how long's that going to last? Because he couldn't get near it.
But is there a spot for him in the team now?
Oh, you still throw him in that midfield, wouldn't you?
Well, you'd think so, but can his body handle? There's a lot of question marks. I love Fife. I really do. Jill
Good
Brownlow
footballer.
medalist.
Yeah.
Obviously. He's won it for a reason. Yeah, interesting.
Bob Nichols did Buddy do much? And his tips against the Hawks this week. Hawks are in a very tough year, and Cody's put Fife was terrible.
Well,
Yeah, Five done nothing. Buddy went
did
alright. I
something.
think he kicked a
did
couple.
do something. He got rubbed out for a week.
Yes, a high hit, but
I'm going to touch on a couple of those things later.
yeah, no, I'm pretty sure Buddy got a few.
So Taz, what were your surprises
Buddy
of the
kicked
round?
2 goals, 1.
My surprises of the round are the draw. There's a few. The draw, the Pies beating the Cats, which it was good to watch.
Yeah.
Lions and the Dogs letting me down, and Essendon playing as well as what they did, and my boy Setterfield doing pretty well.
Oh, someone's not going to like that. Did you have
about
any
you guys?
surprises, Eggy?
I wasn't expecting the draw. I thought Vossi's coaching was pretty good. How he got Carlton to try and shut down the momentum of Richmond's game. I was gunning for Brisbane Lions to win, but that upset us. But yeah, that was it really.
Yeah, you boys have pretty much stated it all. There's a couple of wins I didn't expect. Didn't expect Spain Kilda, but they might be again. See, they're hit and miss.
Yeah.
They can have a blinder of a season, or
that could be Freo over here as well. It's a lot.
Could be Freo. Well, we'll see this week because Freo play North, so we'll see how they go against them.
Well, I think North are paying $5 for the win.
Yeah, they are.
Freo can't play Marvel either. They struggle.
Yeah, true.
They really struggle with Marvel. What's Cody got here? So, boys, tell me
What do you think of all the reports this weekend which was all pretty similar, but bloke from Crows gets 3, Cozzy 1, Cozzy 2, and Buddy gets 1. I don't get
Well,
it.
we thought Cozzy. I don't know who was talking, but I thought that was a 4 or 5 weeker.
Can we hold that?
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that very soon, Cody.
All
I do
right,
promise
right.
you. Do
Now
promise you.
we're going into our first segment, are we?
Yeah, which this week is
I don't know.
nothing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Tassie hasn't organised a quiz, but we will be from now on. We will be having a quiz. So if you want to get involved in that, just hit Tassie up.
Yep.
And he'll vote. It's against Todd.
Or if you've got any questions for the show, just email it into tntfootyafl@gmail.com.
Well, don't do that because I can read that. Just go.
Oh,
to-
well-
No, just questions in general.
Yeah.
General
questions. I
Yeah.
thought you meant questions for the quiz. So we've got someone booked in next week, but if you want to have a go at the quiz, you can book in week after. Just hit Tassie up
Yep. We'll get you up on the stream. We'll
on the
get
stream.
you on for
and
the quiz. Maybe
if
ask
you
a
beat
few
me, we'll get you back
questions.
next week.
Tell us a bit about yourself, and yeah, look, we might even do winner stays on.
Yeah, winner stays on.
Still ironing out the the little details, but we have got our first contestant next Wednesday night.
Who
It'll be
I
5
guarantee
questions.
will be
So it'll be
killing
4
me.
questions and a who am I for the decider.
4 questions in the who am I.
The order, we'll probably look at doing that towards the end of the show, but yeah, we're still ironing out those little things.
Those details. But if you want to have a go, even hit us up in here. Just email or message down there. Say you want to have a go, and Tassie will reach out to you.
Good old reliable Taz. Look, you're 100% right, Bob. 100% right.
What was that?
Yeah, you're saying because I let us down.
Oh yeah, no, he didn't organise anyone for this week.
Hey, at least we're honest.
Yeah.
At least we're
So what's the segment 2? We've got tip leaders and tips for next round. So the leaders. Have you got that?
Well,
up?
I think you skipped what we liked and what we didn't like.
You did, Moisty.
Oh, did I? I'm skipping stuff. All right, let's go to that.
We've got a run sheet, we just always miss.
Always miss one. Well, you said we didn't have a first segment. All right, so what did you like this week, Eggy? I'll start off with you.
Well, I love the Pies getting over the reigning premiers. So that was my one thing I liked. That's pretty much it, really. That's what I like most about the round. I didn't get to see a lot of the other games. Like I was working all day Saturday, but I tried to listen to the North game. I was in a bad area though, so I kept cutting out. So I was listening through my phone through the
And
headset.
Yeah, gotcha.
Go!
Tassie,
What about
what
you,
got
Todd?
you? Oh, me?
me?
All right, I'll go
No,
next.
you go.
All right. I liked the young kid, which I knew was going to be Lung Teasel. I'm going to talk to him a fair bit this year because I think he's going to be an absolute star. But I'm not going to jinx it because the last time I talked about a kid like this, was leading the Brownlow till he got injured.
Yeah, 4 rounds.
Matt Rao. What I didn't like.
Did you
We
like
didn't like
we're
the
not onto
draw.
that yet? Not under the not like
Yeah,
yet?
I-
Stop skipping ahead, mate. What are you doing?
Sorry, we're not on to him. I thought we were
Skip it
doing
ahead.
both together. All right. Well, you're up. What'd you like, mate?
You see what I got to work with, people?
Nice.
I thought you might have thrown in there that Shizzle's extended as well.
Oh, yes, I did like that. But I knew that was happening at half time. I was running
Yeah.
the contract out at half time. Sure. Sign this before you get back out on the field.
I loved, the we predicted Shizzle to get a nomination, and it's round 1 out of the way. And
I tipped him round 1. That was my first thing. I said
you
he'd get
did,
it
you
round
did,
1.
and I loved the crowd attendances at the footy this weekend.
Mate, it was huge, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Massive, absolutely massive. And I think it was the first 3 games of AFL, or maybe even the whole weekend, was like dominant of NRL. Remember I said that post in the group.
Yeah, it was
Um,
something, yeah.
It was ridiculous.
I know,
The first
it always
four
is
games
like
beat
and
the first 3 rounds or something.
and NRL struggled to get 25,000 to a game. Like,
Well, it was something, yeah.
yeah.
It was something
But they
like
get a
that.
lot tuned in as well because they got outback Queensland people that watch
Yeah.
it. But AFL, in my opinion, is the dominant sport
Yeah, I always thought it was, but it's a going argument between the two codes and
all the time. All the time. All right. Moisty, because you wanted to skip ahead before, what didn't you
Skip
like
ahead.
about
I
round 1?
hate draws.
I hated the draw too. It
I
felt
hate
like the
draws.
Collingwood St Kilda grand final. You're like, what the fuck is this?
I wish we did what they're doing with the finals now. 5 minutes each way, just get a winner.
Yep.
Get a winner every game.
What about you,
Draws-
Iggy? Do you
draws
agree with
that.
that?
Yeah, I didn't like the draw. Like it gave me like a feeling of emptiness. Like it wasn't quite finished, and you didn't know how to feel. Like you wanted the team to get up, and that you're like, oh, it's a bit disappointing.
And the players do it on the field too. Like, what do? They can't
Yeah.
be happy. They can't be angry.
What about you guys in chat? What do you think? Should the draw stay, or should there be a golden point or something else? Golden point, extra time, something. I'm with you guys. I'm in agreement.
The
I hate
draw.
the draw.
Everyone hates the draw.
Hate the draw. Yeah, I know it's tradition, but sometimes tradition isn't always the way forward.
Cody's
it can be
got 5
changed.
minutes each way.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I reckon just play the siren.
If there's
Keep,
a
keep
draw-
playing. Next point wins.
so you're
Nah,
saying
but if
golden
there's a
point.
draw at the end of the 5 minutes each way, then there can be a draw. But just give them a chance to iron out the draw.
Well, I didn't mind. I can't remember who said it, but you do 5 minutes each way, and then you pick 4 players from your team, and the opposition picks one of your players as like a goal shootout.
And shootout.
Yeah.
Bring back soccer. Yeah.
From the 50
Kick
meter
it
line.
from 40 meters out because every
From
player
the,
should
from
be able to
the,
kick 40
from the
meters.
centre square. You got to kick it from the square.
Oh,
The centre
God.
square, just
Go
talk for
forever.
Not the circle. It's the square. So
What about you, Eggy? What didn't you like about this round?
just the draw mainly. Like I mentioned, like it gave me like a feeling of emptiness when it come around at the end, and you wanted a winner. You wanted an outcome. First game of the season.
Yeah, especially the very first game, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just like it's a
Curtain
good game.
raiser,
Good game to kick
draw.
off, but you just need a finish.
I thought we were going to have 2 in a row at one point.
Yes, it was looking very, very likely.
Yeah.
It was.
And then they just turned it on. I was like, fuck.
I've got to leave. I don't want to.
There were a few
I'm
injuries,
looking
though,
at the 88,000. I'm like, now I've got to come out with them, and then I've got to try and get out of the car park. I was like, if I just leave 10 minutes earlier, it should be right.
I normally
Good
do
call.
that at the footy. I normally try and get out 10 minutes
What are you
early.
talking about?
just-
North don't even get 10,000 people.
Yeah. We play Richmond sometimes.
I didn't like the bumps. Not so much the bumps, but I didn't like the fact that the AFL come out and state that they're really trying to protect the head
Yeah, the bumps
of
dead.
players, right? And I think that I've got Pekosi Pickett in my super coach, and I would hate it, but I don't think any of the players were sort of they weren't punished accordingly. Do you know what I mean?
No, I know exactly what you mean.
They should go for intent because McAdam and Cozzy, both of the actions were exactly the same. The
Yeah.
only reason why McAdam got longer was because of the result of the bump.
Yeah, exactly right.
The intent was the same. So, in my opinion, all 3 of them, including Buddy, should have been rubbed out for more. And Buddy actually went up for a marking contest that he was late to. He actually threw the elbow. That
Through
was
the elbow, I
earlier.
was saying that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
so-
before that.
When you've got those sort of things happening in a game from one player, you need to pull them up on it. And 1 week's not enough, even though he didn't make contact.
No, and I think the bump's dead. I don't think you shouldn't be allowed to bump anymore.
I think bump.
If
happens,
you get a
like,
bump, you can get a
side
tackle.
by side. I think it's okay.
Yeah, but if they stamp it out now, you just get rid of it.
Well, even the tackle's dying because the game's too quick.
True.
But that was my thing.
That's the thing you
hopefully
hated.
that answers your question, Cody.
Yeah, I don't think they got enough. The Cozzy Pickett one I watched, it was like a spear to the face
Bailey Smith got up. That's the only reason why he got 2 weeks.
because he was tough.
Yeah, but I'm surprised he didn't go for a concussion test either because he did flush him on the cheek.
Oh well, sometimes you come out of them fine. People got
Sometimes.
harder heads than other people.
This is true. Eggy,
Yes.
any comments on the bump?
Nah, I missed it. I didn't see it. I did want to mention about Jeremy Howe's arm.
Oh yeah, that was nasty.
I saw some of the footage of that. It wasn't very
Yeah,
good to
that was
see.
just a clean snap, wasn't it?
And someone was saying that he might only be out for 4 weeks. but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't
Yeah,
seen
I
that
heard,
anywhere.
I heard someone say that, but
Yeah, I read the screenshot. I didn't see anything about 4 weeks.
Yeah. It's
it
gonna
was
be,
a severe break.
it's quick one come. But arms are easier than legs.
Yeah, but you're still in footy. You still need a lot of strength in your arm.
This is true.
It'll take you a lot of time. But
All right, we
All
on to
right.
the tips.
all right, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get it out of the way now.
The
We're going to
tips.
talk about the 10K challenge, boys.
Oh, we're doing
Oh,
that.
we're doing
really?
it.
All right. Oh, I'll take over here. So, as you all know, our pick,
Agreed,
well,
Cody.
some had bigger than others. So, old Tassie over here had a terrible week. Todd's picked a winner. So, Todd's still alive. And I'll give you my tip now because I think it's only me and Eggy.
Yep.
So, that's me for next week.
It's going to be
See
backwards
that?
on the screen, I think, isn't it? Oh, no. Yeah, I can
So
read that.
I've got GWS, throwing the 92 on GWS at $1.77.
Ooh, GW, who are they playing? I can't remember.
West Coast over there. Although West Coast, they were good late, but I think GWS too good for them.
I like
It's a
it.
tough round to pick a winner this week.
It
Very
was.
tough round.
It is.
Because
I was looking
you're
for it.
out,
I don't
Tony.
know who to put it on. No, I'm not out. Because
No, Eggy's still alive.
I put two multis on, and because they had the bet returns, like if they lost, so one of them got up and it paid $112. So, but then I ended up putting $12 of that onto Alligator Blood, and I put the other bonus bet on Alligator Blood, but that come fourth, so I didn't get any return on that. So I'm still got 100. I think we're gonna re-put in for the
Yeah,
group.
so I'll talk about that in a second after you do
Yep.
your tip.
So
Who are you going on
I'm
this week?
going to put $50 into that, and then I got $50 left. So I'm only at about half. I got
Yep.
$25. I'm going into the NRL.
NRL?
Yep, I'm going again for the
AFL tipping comp.
yes. I know.
Changing code, that's right. Is there a resident NFL guru?
But I've got Friday night's game, Brisbane Lions and Brisbane Broncos, sorry, and the Dolphins come head to head. I got anytime try scorer is Reece Ross from the Brisbane Broncos and Emiso Tubafido or something from the Dolphins. Both of them to score a try. And it's $4.50 is paying, so I put $25 in that and hopefully get a over $100 return. But then again, if it
Then
doesn't,
you've got 25 for
Yeah.
next week.
and then I got 25 next week. And if that doesn't get up, I get a bet return, but I haven't decided through my tipping yet who I'm going to put it on yet. So
All right, now
Fair
going back to... Oh, Tazzy, you want to talk about your week, mate?
So I had it on Carlton, and they gave me my money back, and I was like, "Beautiful, this is good." And I was so confident in Brisbane getting up with our tip. I was like, "Okay, I feel confident. I reckon the doggies will too." Yep. It's
So
in
he's
one
gone
hand, out the other.
bang.
I am out.
bang out of that comp. So it's just me and Eggy left in the singles. Now, what we're doing with the team one, we're going to re-roll, but this week we've decided it's a bit hard to pick, so we're going to wait till next week. But what we're going to do from now on is half the pool. So if we start with 150, we're going to spend 75. If that doesn't win, then we'll go 30 of the next week or half or whatever it is. But if it wins, we end up with 200, we'll just do 100. So we're just going to use half so we can keep going all year.
I think it's better.
So that'll tip on from next week. We'll
I think-
reload that in next week because this week's a bit tough.
I love what you've done with the restructuring of that as well, Todd, because I think it gives us more chances because we really want to reward. We want to give prize money out at the end of the season.
Yeah, we want to have something left. That
I mean,
was
we
Eggy's
wanna
idea
win
too. I
for
can't take
us.
credit for that.
Well,
But that
Yeah,
way
there's
we
three of us,
we
and
don't
that's
have
why-
to reload every week.
correct. And there's three of us, and that's why at the end of the season we want to give 25%. So we split it 4 ways with the winner of the tipping comp, and we want something to give away.
So the individuals, we've still got me and Eggy left. Tassie's gone, and then
I'm
the
gonna come
team
back in
one will
next
get. You're going to come back in?
Yep.
He's going to reload next
I'm
week.
gonna do the 50-50 though as well for myself, like Eggy's doing.
Yep, gotcha. So you're going to go half and half. No, I'm just unloading.
You're just dumping.
That's me single. I'm here to win. So at
So-
the moment, I think Eggy was in front because he's got some left over
$100.
now.
Yeah, but
I had
only
92.
reason I'm going for the same game multis is because of the bet return. Even the
Bet
same,
return.
there is AFL, but it's got to be a 3-leg, and with the NRL, it's only on the Thursday, Friday nights, and it can only be a 2-leg or more. So
Yeah,
that's
gotcha.
good. That's pretty good odds.
So
really.
yeah, so we'll start that up next week. The team one again. I thought it was a bit tough. It was half picking a winner this week. I've
Yeah,
gone with
that's what I
GWS.
thought.
I was still 50-50 on GWS, but that's the one I decided. I was going to go North for the $5, but
Ooh,
not going to unload it on North. You watch them win now, and it would be miles clear. But no, I've gone with GWS. Tassie's reloaded next week, and we'll reload the team one next week. But we're only going to do
Absolutely.
half each week.
love it, love it. I think Cody loves it too. He said, great idea.
Great
Beautiful.
idea, beautiful.
All right, let's keep moving through. We've got about 15 minutes left because we don't want to run over the 45 if we can.
Yep.
Tips leader, Sammy P3 with
Sammy
8 out
P3,
of 9.
8 out of 9. That is huge.
Is
The
that
only one
is
she
that
got
Bross's
wrong
Bross's
was
Sammy? Is it? No.
I don't know. I think so,
we
but I
were
don't
trying
know.
to decide who before.
Yeah,
But
I'm trying to work it out
the
before.
only tip
but
she got wrong was the Collingwood.
could be male, could be female, could be non-binary.
Yeah, it could be
we don't
male.
know.
Yeah.
But just want to say, congratulations. That's a massive first round.
And we've also got Paul Willow and Dean Mithbrew on 7 apiece. So hot on the
Huge.
heels.
That's massive.
We've-
That's huge first round tipping.
With Dean, we're winning the total margin because he forgot to put any in, so a draw counts as him.
Ah.
So he's on 0 for the margin. So he's 26 points in front on the margin. And then there's a host of people running third with 6.
Eggy is
Me.
one.
Maggie's on
me,
6.
Cody.
And we've got number 27 and 28, Tassie and myself. We are,
How many
4
people in the
tips.
tipping comp?
There's 29 people, but 1 come in after tips were in. So he's on 0. But you and me are last and second last effectively. And a good 5 strokes off the pace.
As I
Early.
said, we're holding up the ladder.
Yes, we are massively.
All right, let's keep moving. So we got tips for the round. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, you go.
I'm going Geelong over Carlton.
I got
think
Geelong.
yeah, Geelong got to bounce back. Carlton's got a tough start. They got the draw last week, and then they're coming off the reigning premiers coming off a loss, quite a decent loss too. So I reckon they're going to come out firing.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But I do notice though, like they're kicking. They kicked 13 goals before they missed one last week.
Accurate.
Very accurate.
Very.
Tassie?
Yeah, I've gone Cats.
Oh, he's going against his team.
100%.
First one this year to do that.
I just think Geelong in the last however many years have never lost 2 in a row.
This is true.
Yourself?
So I've got I tipped Geelong. I thought Geelong would be too good. I think
Yeah.
Carlton will be a bit sore after Richmond, and Geelong be raring to go.
We do
I've
have Corey
gone-
Durden back, by the way. Anyway, just
Yeah.
small thing.
Yeah, just a little hit on yourself there. Melbourne over Brisbane. I thought Brisbane were pathetic last week, but Melbourne will dominate this week up at the
Team to
Gabba.
beat.
See, I think Melbourne. Sort of the way they played last week was a lot better than what Brisbane played last week. But Brisbane being the home team and playing at the Gabba and that, it's a bit of a coin flip to me. I haven't quite decided yet, so I'm on the fence.
Haven't picked one.
No,
You got to have
What
your
are
tips
you
in Wednesday. You got to
doing?
pick now,
What are
mate.
you
Let's get on.
doing?
Who
I've
are we going?
I've gone Demons as much as I think that Brisbane are going to come out firing because they'll be pretty annoyed of last week's performance. I still think Demons are too good.
All right, Tassie, Collingwood, Port.
I've got Pies.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a much better game than what I first thought before the season started after last weekend. I think it's going to be a cracking game. But I think Pies will just get over.
See, I thought Port played out of their skin last week. I think Pies will absolutely thrash them this week. I think this is going to be a massive blowout.
I've gone Pies.
Plenty.
I've gone Pies as well. But if anyone's interested in going to the game, I've got a free ticket, just a single ticket though. So if you're keen to go to the game, hit me up and I'll shoot it over to you.
That's at the Melbourne Cricket Ground on Saturday at
It is.
12:45 if you want to go.
1:45.
Just having a quick read here. Cody didn't make the tipping boys, wouldn't let me in. Mate, it's not too late to join.
So you can still join now.
You
I
can
know
still
you're a
join.
week
Yeah.
behind, but you can
you-
still join.
You're not
But
far
you'll just
behind
be,
me,
you'll not be, yeah.
me and Tassie.
Um,
But you can make up 6. 6 isn't hard to make up during the season. So if you
Yeah,
want to
exactly.
get in on that. Or 8, I think it is.
and tip 6 in our footy club tipping. Yeah, mate, that's huge. So try and join again. You might have to use a browser. If your phone's not letting you in, you might have to check that you've got pop-up blockers not active, things like that. But yeah, you can definitely try and get in.
But yeah, I got a free ticket to the Collingwood Port Adelaide game. I'll have some more depending how my 10k challenge goes. I might try and get some double passes out there for the next few weeks. I think I got all the tickets booked. I might have one next week for the Friday night match for Richmond. Yeah, I couldn't.
So we'll give you a head up before. next
Yeah,
week.
because I
Show
couldn't
next week.
buy an extra ticket because that one's sold out, and same with the Anzac Day. But I'm going to go the Anzac Day one by myself.
Is
that
it going to
one's
be
locked
first
up.
in, best dressed?
I haven't thought of, I haven't decided yet. So maybe you might give it away for the quiz, or just might do a social media raffle and see what happens.
What about your wheel?
Pardon?
What about your wheel? What if we get people to email?
Oh yeah,
through
we could
or comment on that they want to enter, put their name on the wheel, and do the wheel live on stream.
We'll get a wheel on stream. If we get 2 or 3, we'll spin a wheel.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, job done.
Beautiful.
Adelaide, Richmond. Oh, I've just changed this tip now, but I think Richmond are going to be sore as well. I've gone Adelaide.
Oh,
Over at the Adelaide Oval, they impressed me last week, but yeah, I'm tipping Adelaide here.
Eggy.
Adelaide and Adelaide. Yeah, like I'm leaning towards Adelaide, but I think I'm going Richmond. I reckon they're going to come out firing from last week.
Richmond?
Yeah.
I'm
Tassie?
going Tigers. I think
I
their
was on
confidence will be
Tigers till
high,
about 3 seconds ago.
and I think that Crows. I think Crows made GWS look better than what they really are, and I think Crows are still a developing side. So I've got Tigers.
Tassie, we've got Bulldogs, St Kilda.
I'm backing the Dogs again. All right, I'm backing them in. They need to get up this week.
Yeah.
They'll come out. They'll be peeved off. But
They
I
play
do-
Marvel
they're-
pretty well normally too.
They do, but they're another team that I worry about the back line.
Eggy?
I'm following. I'm going to the Western Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'm on the Doggies too.
Who you got out of North and Freo, Todd?
Oh, it's silly to ask. I'm on North, 110%.
So
But
are you going to put
it's
any money on them?
gonna
They're looking at
be-
a juicy price.
It's going to
Yeah.
be a lot closer than people think because the way Freo played last week, their forward line's not going to score very well. Whereas North, we didn't score very well either, but we had Larky down there. So,
And
I don't know.
Cheesy.
And Cheesy. No, he was not halfback.
Oh, I've picked North as well.
So, oh, you're on North.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon North will get up there. So that's a $5 odds if anyone's that
I'm slowly
confident.
starting to like North the last couple of years.
Come
since we've really
around,
been
they're
watching.
fucking,
Yeah.
they're making the 8 this year. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
boys.
Eggy,
Eggy,
next
who
one.
you got?
Swans over the Hawks.
No, you got Freo North.
Yeah, I got Freo. Sorry, I've moved to the
Freo?
next one.
My bad.
and then I got Swans over the Hawks. What about you boys?
Yeah, I got Swans too.
I've got Swans to smash the Hawks.
Now, I'm just looking here. This next game, 94% of people have tipped Essendon. Who you boys got?
Ooh. I've got Suns.
Ooh, I'm still on the fence of this one. I'm leaning towards Essendon. I think Essendon's training fields. They got one. Like they got 2 training fields. One's the MCG and one's Marvel. Like the exact same sort of.
So they've got 2 setups for training.
Yeah, 2 setups for training. So like each week leading into it, they
Yeah.
train on each field.
Don't take this into consideration. I've gone Gold Coast too, but me and Taz are at the bottom of the ladder, so might as well call us a kiss to death.
Try and pick some back already, you reckon?
Those who in
And-
chat, who have you got this week? You feel free to type your tips in as we go.
The last one's pretty obvious for me. I've thrown it on GWS, so GWS for me.
Yeah, I'm going West Coast and West Coast.
West Coast.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I've tipped the Giants, but I really want to back the Eagles to bounce back because I have got them finishing in the top 8 this year.
I think that's one you've just slipped there, mate. Although they're sitting 11th at the moment. Let's just talk about that. We've got North in the 8, Essendon in the 8. How good is life? Collingwood's in
Carlton
the
in
8.
the 8. I think, no, we're 9th.
No, yous aren't using
We're
9th. Tied 9th.
Oh.
I don't know how you get 9th and Richmond get 10th. It must be on letters.
Yes.
No, not points.
Oh,
You've got the same.
letters, yeah,
Exact,
good
exact
point, yeah,
everything.
same percentage. Our percentage is good though, isn't it?
100. No, 100. That's even.
Yeah, it's good. That's good. Well, I'm used to being in like the 80s.
Negatives. All right, so that's a tipping done for this week. Did we all tip in it? Yeah, we've finished up the tipping.
We did. That's it, boys. We got through it.
That's the show. Eggy, you gave us a bit of NRL talk. You got any
Yeah. Oh,
any
best
races?
bets.
Yeah, best bets?
Nothing this week. Like I was leaning towards that. I'll probably my best bet would be go to the Dolphins and go to Hemiso Tabui Fido or something. I don't know. It's a fullback for the Dolphins. He's scored a try every game this year. I think he scored 3 last week, so I reckon he'll
He's coming in again.
Yeah, he's coming in again. But in Rose Hill, race 8, keep an eye on Gold Trip. It's running again this week. It's Melbourne Cup winner last year. I reckon next week, if it's running again in the Sydney Cup, I'm going to load up.
That's
Is
the
it-
one.
Yeah, it's $4.20 to win this week, but I don't reckon he'll win this week. But he's got the same sort of lead up to the Melbourne Cup he did last year. So he did back to back weeks, 3 in a row, and then won the cup. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So we'll keep an eye on that next show, and we'll let you know about that one. But
Cody's
that's
put
going to
here,
do us, I think.
Just quickly, Cody's put Dolphins to beat the Broncos.
yeah, I thought
I
that
couldn't.
too.
No NRL tips here.
No, Eggy's all over it.
Yeah,
Eggy's got
Dolphins
that
are paying $3.50 to beat the Broncos, but they're both gone undefeated. But Broncos have beaten the reigning premiers, the Panthers, in round 1, and Dolphins have beaten the Roosters, but they look like not as good, not as in form as they were last year. They don't seem to be the Roosters.
Yeah. So the Penrith wins better, you reckon? Better form.
Yeah. I think so. Well, that's what the odds are saying anyway. They've got Dolphins $3.50 to win, and the Broncos $1.30 to win. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
We'll
it's big
see.
in Jersey.
we should have looked at the odds last week when we were back in Lions.
yeah,
This is true. Well, we did. Lions come into favourites that game.
yeah. We should.
Should have followed the roughie.
Yeah.
But that's all right. We'll in short, we'll get that going again next week, boys. So don't worry. That'll we're still live for the $1 Million Challenge or whatever we call it.
Yeah,
$88.
5%. We'll get that going. Hopefully, me and Aggie can jag another one this week.
yeah.
Keep our individual ones going. And
Okay.
Tassie will jump back in.
Oh, catches.
Well, I'm only putting 50% on, so either or either, I'm still going to have $25 left
You're
over.
still
for next
going.
week.
No, just jagging it all.
and maybe a bonus, but I haven't decided what that's going on yet. If it falls through,
If it falls through. Beautiful.
It.
All
Now,
right.
quickly before we sign off, just very last thing, I promise. Last week's episode will be uploaded to Spotify. I've just been having some technical difficulties. And tonight's episode will also be uploaded to Spotify. So Todd, Eggy, and myself would absolutely love it if you jumped on, subscribed, and even if you shared it with
Shared it.
all your mates.
leave
Yeah,
a comment.
like it, share it, leave
I
a
listen
comment.
to podcasts all the time. I'm getting sick of music. I think it's must be an old age thing, but yeah, we'd love the support, and we appreciate everyone that tunes in.
So
Cheers.
thanks, Cody. Thanks, Bob. Cool.
Yeah, thanks, Cody. Thanks, Bob, for tuning in. Help
Thanks,
us
heaps.
subscribe
Thanks for
as well.
chatting as well. We love
Yeah,
we
it's
love
it.
getting
Helping
your
us go a
insights.
bit. But thanks everyone for tuning in. Yeah, and we'll see you next week. Hopefully, me and Taz can pick a few more winners this week.
Fingers crossed.
Let's go GWS, eh?
And let's hope it's another explosive weekend of footy.
Yeah, let's hope it's a good round. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.